All right, let's get right into it. We all know AI tools like ChatGPT are changing, well, pretty much everything. But there's this hidden impact on something we all do, applying for a job. And it turns out, making it super easy to sound perfect has some really unexpected side effects.
I know, it sounds totally backward, right? You spend all this time, maybe with a little help from AI, crafting the perfect application. You think you're putting your absolute best foot forward, but what if that very perfection is the thing that's making it harder for employers to see who you really are?
You see, for as long as we've had resumes and cover letters, the application itself hasn't just been a list of your skills. It's been a performance. The time and the care you took to tailor your words for one specific job, that was your way of saying, hey, I'm serious about this. I'm a high-quality candidate. And you know what's wild? Economists have a name for this: costly signaling. The idea is actually pretty simple. You prove you're the real deal by doing something that's hard to fake. Think about it. A peacock's huge tail is costly to grow, and that signals to a mate that it's healthy. In the same way, a handcrafted, customized cover letter was costly to write, and it signaled you are a dedicated, capable worker.
So let's see how this actually played out in the real world. We're going to look at a really cool study of this giant online job platform, freelancer.com, back in the good old days, before ChatGPT changed the whole game. So here's the setup. An employer posts a coding job. Freelancers from all over the world apply by writing a short proposal and telling them their price. Now, in this huge sea of applicants, that customized proposal, that was your best shot to prove you were the right person. That was your costly signal.
And get this is how valuable that signal was. The researchers actually calculated that a really well-written, customized proposal had the same positive effect on your hiring chances as just lowering your price by almost $26. That's huge. It means employers were literally willing to pay a premium for the effort they could see.
And this is the crucial point, right? Employers weren't just paying for pretty words. They got it. They understood that the effort it took to write a great proposal was a really strong predictor of the effort that worker would put into the actual job. The signal worked. It was honest.
And then, well, you know what happened. Everything changed. Generative AI became available to everyone. And suddenly, the cost of producing perfect, customized text dropped to basically zero.
And just look at how fast this all happened. ChatGPT hits the scene in November 2022. Less than 6 months later, Freelancer.com has its own AI tool built right into the platform. The entire signaling environment was just completely transformed almost overnight.
So the one thing that used to be a costly signal, taking the time to read, understand, and write a tailored response, it was now totally automated. The barrier to entry for looking like a top-tier candidate was just gone.
So what happens when a signal that everybody trusted suddenly becomes unreliable? Well, employers, they learn pretty fast.
And the data shows it clear as day. Remember that almost $26 premium for a great proposal? After AI, its value just plummeted to less than $15. That's a 42% drop. Employers stopped trusting that a great proposal meant a great worker, so they just stopped paying extra for it.
The connection was just severed. The researchers found that after AI became widespread, the quality of a proposal had zero connection to whether the job got done successfully. The signal had officially become noise.
But here's where it gets really weird. The data showed this bizarre twist. For proposals written with the platform's AI tool, the signal actually started to work in reverse. The more time a worker spent on it, probably editing and tweaking the AI's output, the worse the signal became. It's totally counterintuitive. More effort was leading to a lower quality signal, just because the starting point from the AI was already so polished.
Now, this isn't just some interesting little data point. It has these profound consequences for who actually gets hired. The study ran a simulation to see what would happen if you took this signaling away completely, and the results are pretty shocking.
Okay, here's the first part of the punchline. In a world without reliable signals, the highest ability workers, we're talking the top 20%, they were hired 19% less often. They basically lost their main tool for standing out from the crowd.
And on the flip side, the workers in the bottom 20%, they were actually hired 14% more often. With everyone's proposals suddenly looking great, it all became kind of like a lottery, and the lower-skilled workers ended up benefiting from all the confusion.
So the big takeaway here is that making it easy for everyone to sound great actually made the market less fair.
It became harder for real talent to prove its worth, which effectively punished the very best workers.
So let's just quickly break down why. First, employers simply lost a vital piece of information. They couldn't tell who was good anymore just from the proposal. Second, without that signal to justify a higher price, the really good workers got forced into price wars they couldn't always win. And finally, the other stuff employers could see, like a worker's general reputation, well, it just wasn't a good substitute for knowing if they were right for that specific job.
And that really is the heart of it. This whole thing boils down to this one powerful idea. When AI makes the easy signals completely worthless, high-quality people are going to have to find new, harder, and way more expensive ways to prove they're actually worth it.
Which leaves us with this final, really critical question. This isn't just about freelance coders, you know? This is about college applications, marketing proposals, every cover letter for every single job. If carefully crafted words no longer signal true ability, what's next? Is it going to be complex coding tests, video interviews, or maybe something we haven't even thought of yet? The race for the next costly signal is officially on.